Oh my gosh, hello. How's it going? Almost a bit late there. As soon as I hit go like live, like I did my usual routine, I got my coffee and I was just getting ready to sit down, and then the light in the other room, which I leave on to shine into this room, started flickering, the bulbs going, and I'm just like, oh for fuck's sake, like I've literally just hit go live, I don't want to deal with this right now. But I can't, you know, it's one of those you've got like several different light bulbs that are all in the same thing, and I can't like, so one of them flickering, I can't like not turn it on, and I'm just thinking like that is going to piss me off all night, like I'm having a disco while I'm trying to stream. So I was like, I've got to sort that out. So I've just been like in the kitchen, I can barely reach the bloody thing, trying to lift up and grab it. Oh my god, I thought I actually broke the thing trying to get it down. So that's something else I've got to buy. Light bulbs like those, it's like those fluorescent tube kind of things. They're so expensive now. Like £6 maybe. I mean, they last a long time and stuff, but yeah. Right, I'm in a flap. I've lost my control. There it is. I needed to cut this off, and I forgot I was going to do it before the light went. But yeah, how is everybody? I took the subway home today, so I'm actually back a little bit earlier than usual because I've been trying to keep fit and do my walk-ins. Just get rid of those blue bars, but it's boiling hot and I couldn't be arsed. And actually, one of the other reasons is of me trying to get my arse on a little bit earlier is I want to try and finish this game, and at the moment I'm only getting like one attempt a night because of how long it takes. So I figured if I took the subway home and get my arse back and have a quick dinner and a shower instead of a bath, it's 8 o'clock instead of 9, so maybe that means I can get an extra run in. I don't want to be up too late because it always ruins my Fridays if I stay up too late, and Fridays are good streaming days, so we can do a late night tomorrow. But I don't want it to be at the expense of today. But yeah, hello, how are we doing? Let's start the timer. And we're going to continue with day 4. I mean, it's technically 3 because I only played it for 20 minutes on the first day. But yeah, we're going to continue with this lovely monkey game. I need to remember to buy a new light bulb now. I am starting to see why you might want so many lives in this game. I mean, they're essentially like hit points. But I want to kind of finish this before we get to the weekend. Oh, shit. I wanted to pin that. I knew I'd forgotten to do something. Let me just grab that. I want to pin the message. Discord's got to load now, though. But we do have a schedule for the Nintendo event on Saturday. So let me just put that up. I did post it in the Discord earlier. But my time slot is now confirmed. I meant to turn the bot on for that. Bum 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 bum. Discord is so clunky when I'm streaming. It takes ages to boot up. That's why I always close it, because I feel like it's a real resource hogger. Come on, Discord. There we go. I haven't got the link to hand. Oh, there we go. Still got the same message as last year, so I can just recycle that. And it's practically the same time slot I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing Sunday night, my time, 10:43. And we're going to be playing Steel Empire. Okay, that should do. Let me turn this on. Sorry, I meant to do this before I went live, although I totally forgot. Okay. Just copy paste some hype lady at the front of that. There we go. But yeah, there's the website if you want to check what it is. Now the time is confirmed. Okay, I'm just going to reset this game because we've wasted a whole life. Okay, let me start this over again. Check that all that's right. And we'll have another run at this. I think it is officially summertime here now. Today has been like 32 degrees, I want to say. I think the rainy season is... I think it ended yesterday. Yesterday was really kind of overcast and wet. Today's been quite dry and hot, and I think it's here to stay now. Looking at the weather forecast, it seems like next week is going to get hot, like 35. One place actually said 37 degrees on Thursday, and I'm just like, oh, fucking hell, like, ease you into it. I don't think we've even hit over like 34 yet this summer, but if it's going to start going straight to that, I'm in no mood. Whoa! Do you think he could actually lift a 16-ton weight? What? How much is a ton? Would it bounce like that? Oh shit! Oh my god. There's an extra life. I'm in two minds whether to... I probably don't need to start over on level 2. It's just that final boss is going to guzzle up a ton of lives. Well, he's not actually even the final boss. Like, I think I had 2 continues. I had about 18 lives yesterday. When I got there, maybe a bit less. I think it was like 9 and a bit. Like 1 credit and a bit. And just, you know, 3 minutes later, they were all gone. Ahoy hoy, how are you? Oh no. How's your Thursday? Causing. I was actually just. I don't know. I'm just gonna start over now at this point. I was. I was actually just thinking the same thing, but I didn't bother to say it because I thought like it's been a while. But no, there you are. Causing all sorts of deaths. No, it just made me. Was it? It was super hang on. I think was it. Every time you say hello, I used to crash at the bike. That was bloody ages ago as well. Like, when the hell did I beat Super Hang On? That's got to be like 2020. I don't know, 2, 3. I also kind of vaguely. That makes no sense. Oh. I'm gonna restart if it's just level 1. I also remember you being around a lot during SOS, the one with the Kevin. And the Scream. Yeah, I still, you know, it's been on my to-do list. I have a streamer to-do list that is in like a document, and I think that is still in there, and I've still never done it. I really should. Maybe this weekend I'll do some housekeeping in terms of stream stuff. Especially, like, up until Abby Jams told me about this streamer bot thing that I'm using now. The sound alerts were a real chore to like set them all up and get them to work properly. Like trigger fire, yeah, it kind of used to be a blessing, but honestly, it's really kind of cumbersome to use, and it has limits as well. The only thing I like about it is you can have the, you know, the images. Like I've got the Odin with the image thing. That's something trigger fire does. I wonder if I could set it up in what I have going, but I've not really done it. Still need to mix it up. Oh, well, what I have now is honestly really, really fine. It's really simple as well, which is what I love. And also it's all offline, so it doesn't rely on horrible browser-based interfaces, which are always clunky. And I also feel like they drain more resources because you've got to have a browser source, haven't you? Whereas this is just playing a sound out my laptop. It's not actually a source. It's not, you know, being relayed. So, yeah, it's easy for me to set them up. Yeah, it's been in a document for ages, like, oh, add Kevin Scream. We got the other Kevin Scream. "90 streaks." Like, I want to say I don't know how you'll do it, but I guess it's just because I stream a lot. Embarrassing. Because, like, you've probably done that this year. I don't want this thing to explode as I die. Boing. Maybe see it tomorrow. Oh no. Yeah, there's sometimes there's certain things I can stream with, but like throats and stuff, no. We going ape shit? Not really. How are you, Doan? It's kind of just, I can't even think of a pun, but it's very just. Chimpanzee? I don't know. It's very mid, this game. It's not really, like, there's a couple of annoying moments. I feel like it's got random spikes of difficulty. Like, you'll just be bumbling along through like 6 levels and then one level's just an asshat and that's it. Have you played this? Hi, hi. Do they mean laughter or are they saying hi twice? I think they're saying hi twice. I'd usually spell it H-E. Doan doesn't strike me as a hee-hee person. Actually remembered this time and got the boss in quick. It's always whether you don't know which. I've never interpreted this as the laugh myself. It's hi twice. You just think everybody's jolly. Hee hee! Bum bum bum. This music. I'm so bored of it. Bum bum bum. Oh, I could jump up there, I didn't know that. Bum bum bum. Trying to get the... Oh! Well, I was going to try and get the extra life. You know what? If I go up without the shoes and I kill all the enemies first, then I could grab those shoes on the... Ooh! Or I could just keep falling down, you know? Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Wom. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I can be bothered. For all the lives that it's not even going to save. Come on, it's not big enough now. Is 2K a new thing? I thought 4K was something. Oh gosh, it's new now, I'm yawning. How are you? You always come in when I'm like being like rude or something. Let's try Nido's hot backseating tip that he sprayed all over chat the other day when I was playing this. I'm not even remotely mad, by the way. I'm just being a knobhead. But let's see if you were right. It's part of the mood experience of me yawning at you. It kind of is, though. Because I stream late at night. Oh, how are you supposed to get up there that fast? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. No life is worth it. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think you're supposed to bounce off the monkey. But you know what? It ain't worth it. Nobody's doing that shit. I got better things to do. Don't you think? Ba 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 ba. It ain't worth it. Oh, I ain't had my coffee yet. I've just had dinner not too long ago. Because I came home like slightly earlier today because I treated myself to the subway instead of walking home. So that means I get home about an hour earlier-ish. And then I had a quick bite to eat in a shower. It's like I was saying at the start of the stream. I want to have more than one run at this game tonight, you know, instead of getting the game over and then being like, well, sorry, I gotta go to bed. So I feel like we might need one. If not, we'll have to finish it tomorrow night, but yeah. My coffee's still sitting in front of me. I've got like post-dinner coma going on at the minute. Must be wonderful. I don't know. You know, if I didn't need to work and life was free and I didn't care, wouldn't it be lovely to just like eat dinner and then just like, you know, you're tired, so you just go to bed. Just go to bed. Doesn't matter. And then you wake up whenever you fucking please. I'd end up having dinner at different hours though, probably. But you know, sometimes I've treated myself to those days where I've like let myself sleep when I feel like it. I sometimes do it on the weekends because I'm usually trying to keep a sleep cycle or something, or like, not that I sleep on good times, but just like, oh, you'll not sleep, especially if I've got work. sort of try and keep myself tired to sleep, but then I don't sleep. But yeah, there's nothing like it. You know, on a Saturday, in the middle of the weekend, and you just feel a bit dozy at 4, and you just think, you know what? I'm gonna have a little nap. I'm gonna have a little hour. So I'll be reading my book, and then I want to go over there. I'll read my book, and then I just get a bit sleepy. So then I'll just have like a 40-minute nap, and then wake up and just think that was lush. Turning off your nose. Oh, honestly, I wish. Like, I don't want to be insensitive to people that have lost their sense of smell and stuff. Like my friend doesn't have his sense of smell anymore. Well, some of it's come back, but not a lot of it. If I could just like remove my nose, I don't know. I think I'd be fine. I think I would, because I'm not a big foodie, so I think I would just take the loss of taste and just not have to. I mean, I'd rather, the solution is I'd rather just have a functioning nose instead of mine, but I'm just so sick of like sniffles and allergies and everything. Like, I'm antihistamines. They're so stupid as well though, because like, this is a really gross conversation, but let's just have it. We're playing Toki going apeshit for fuck's sake, but you'd be depressed if you lost your taste. See, I'm not really that bothered about taste. I mean, don't get me wrong, if something tastes good, then yay, but I don't really live for food. I mean, I actually do quite literally live for food, but I don't live for food, I live from food. There we go, I worked it out. But when you were younger, like, I used to think that when you had a bunged up nose or whatever, I used to think it was just because your nose was full of snot, but it's not. It's literally like, there's most of the time there's not even much in there. It's just constantly making, and it's all, you know, you can't breathe and it's all blocked up. It's just because it's inflamed inside, and that's it. It's just closed up. But it's like, it's so stupid. Like, what? I sort of get it, but like, what's the point of it, Abby Jams? What is the point of it? How are you? How is the rest of Gimmick? I'm really sorry. I had to leave because I wanted to stream, and I almost said something. Well, I did say goodbye, but I almost said something. I assume you finished streaming now, right? I almost sent a message, but I didn't want to. Abby's been streaming, and she was streaming late, and I wanted to go live, and I was just thinking, like, can you just end so that I can go live and not look like a total fucking loser? And I always wanted to just like say in the chat, like, Abby, you gonna leave? Are you gonna end? Because I want to go live and not look like the biggest creep ever. Because I know that you were ending soon, because you'd said like for about 20 minutes that you were done. And I'm just like, will you just just end, or just announce that you're gonna go for another hour? Yeah, it would be, but it wouldn't be. It would be, but it wouldn't. We'd all live, but it's just, yeah. I hate it, because it's not just you, it's anybody. But you know, you've been like watching someone's chat, and then it's time for you to go live, but now they're ending. It looks so like, hey guys, guess who's just gone live? It's like, I heard you say I'm ending stream, and then I've gone like, oh, hit go live, hit go live. But anyway, I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. It was lovely to see you back. Let me give you a shout out, because Abby's a proper streamer again at the minute. I sent you a message in Discord, by the way, but read that when you're ready. Hey Agnes, how are you? But yeah, I did get on a little bit earlier today because I treated myself to the subway. Usually I walk, not the subway sandwich, the transportation. Usually I walk home. So, well, a lot of the time. I'm probably going to stop soon because it's getting too hot, but I'm trying to lose, I mean, I'm not just trying, I am losing weight. I'm saving money and I'm losing weight and I'm enjoying reading my books while I walk home. But, and I love walking home, I have no problems with it, but the problem with me walking home means that I don't get home quite literally for like an hour and 20 minutes later because it takes me that long. And you know, if I need to go to the shops and then I need to make food and then get washed, it's like and I want to stream and it eats up all my kind of time. Which is why I enjoy reading, because at least it feels productive. But the actual exercise part of it I think is great. It's just, I wish I lived a little bit closer than I do so that it wouldn't take quite so long so that I could do it every day. But yeah, today it was hot and I decided to just get the subway, so that got me home quicker. And then anybody that's been watching me the last couple of nights with this game, it takes quite a while. Where are we now? 2, 3? And I've been literally getting like 1 run a night, so I thought if I get on like an hour or so earlier than I have been doing the past couple of nights, maybe we can have like more than one go at this. Because last night I got to the end of stage 8, which is almost the end. I think there's 9. I'm foreseeing dying again at the end, but yeah. Should do that with your streams. What, you stream at like fucking 9 in the morning for me. I'm at work or asleep. I mean, you actually also stream after me sometimes. I think you just go live to get my like gigantic raids, you know? That's what it's all about. I know what you're up to it. I know what you're all about. I will inhale in a second, I promise. I'm gonna lose my voice. You followed recently from an Angel raid. Angel is a lovely, lovely streamer. Also, if you see the little thing that's pinned to the stream, the event that I'm taking part in, a certain Angel Interceptor is also taking part in that. Not too long after me. So, you can watch us both. Oh, I've always got gigantic raids, mate. Too big, they break the numbers. You're looking forward to it? Well, you'll be up, I expect. Have you played this one, Abby Jams? Seems like the kind of game you would have, but maybe only for a joke. I don't really have strong feelings about this one. It's just there. And once it's finished, I probably won't really think about it much again. It's not left much of an impression on me. I'm sort of heard from some people watching, or at least one person watching, which is definitely people, that the arcade version's better. Like, quite a lot better. It's like 5 in the morning. Oh, fuck that, no. For me, I don't like streaming around food. I have problems with like digestion and stuff, so I definitely like to stream after I've eaten, or at least eaten. I don't like to have to cook or anything like that. So I like streaming once I've had like my meals for the day. I also have to work, that's another reason, but I'm not a morning person. I would never be getting up to stream. I can't think, no. For me, it's about atmosphere as well. I like to sit like I'm sitting in the dark, mostly low lighting in my pajamas. I think it's nice and cozy. It's like wind down the daytime until bed. I couldn't imagine waking up and. I mean, I have done it when I've done marathons, but I always find it weird when I do a marathon because I'm like, why is the sun still up? Angel used to raid you? Really? When? I can't imagine Angel ever lining up to raid you. Unless you're going late. Angel's always on like now and later. You sure it wasn't when you were getting up at 5 in the morning? Yeah, Angel's usually on about now, or another hour or 2 from now. such a morning person, so you love Saturdays. I love that you're a morning person because it means you get to be here and watch me. And, you know, it's all about me at the end of the day. Or at the start of the day. Exactly. Start your day with me. And it will always work out. The moon special. Woo! Oh, this level was a pain in the ass yesterday, wasn't it? Like, this is it. This is 2-3. 2-3 is annoying. It was made you have to end early. I think my neighbour's just deaf, to be honest. I honestly do. Like, sometimes I don't like where I live, and a part of me kind of wants to move, but I can't. So I'm getting money, and I don't know where I would go. But then I also wonder, like, would I be able to do this if I moved? Because I honestly think that my neighbour's just deaf. He's like an old man in his 70s. I have a story. I don't know if I should share it right now, though. I don't know. I had a crazy happening last week. I know I do, but I'm like, oh, I don't have to repeat it. I want some other familiars in the chat so I can tell it once and be done with it. But I guess you snooze, you lose. So, last week, I got home from work and I was in my kitchen. I was wearing just my undershirt. Like, I had other clothes on as well, but I was wearing just an undershirt, like not a t-shirt. It's not really important to the story, but I'm just setting the scene. It adds to the comedy. And I just put on a bowl of pasta. Spaghetti. Oh, bugger. Oh my god, this level can go in the bin. I also started running a bath. I was like multitasking, wanting to get everything done, and then suddenly I heard the doorbell, and I was like, what? Who's ringing my doorbell? Because I have one of those like signs on my door that's like no sales, no religion, no whatever, go away. And generally my doorbell doesn't ring unless it's the postman now. And so I peeked through the keyhole thing, the peephole, and I saw my neighbour. Like I said, he's an older man, Japanese man, and he looks about, I don't even know, like 70, 69, 60. I feel like he works though, but he looks quite old. He looks like he's in his 70s anyway, but but he's no longer at my door. He's already at like the door across from my door, the other neighbour, but there's nobody that lives there anymore because remember they've gone because they're knobheads. And he's ringing their doorbell. I'm just like, what's he doing? Why is he ringing the doorbells? But I just thought, you know what? It's my neighbour. I don't really know him, but like when my roof was leaking, I spoke to him then to warn him that it could go into his roof, and you know, whatever. He came to the door in his pants. I decided to open the door anyway, and he said that he's locked himself out of his apartment. I'm just like, oh my god. And he wants to know if he can come into my apartment to go into his apartment from the balcony. And he always leaves his balcony open because he's like really old-fashioned and tight and doesn't want to use the air conditioning because I think he often just brute forces the summer and doesn't use aircon. I'll just see him like with the front fire door, the front door that's a fire door, but he'll have it like propped open. Yeah, he's always dogging the summer. Well, I think he's just old-fashioned in that way. It's weird because he definitely, I think he uses the heater, but I don't know. So anyway, he always leaves his balcony open. You should have aircon. It's probably time to invest in a mini one. I've got mine on. I've been sleeping with it off though. Tonight might be the first night I have to. What is the temperature right now? 26, yeah. I'm probably going to have to sleep with it on tonight. It had been hitting 22 at night time, and that's fine, but yeah. So anyway, he wants to... Oh, here's this lady. She's so outrageous. So, I live pretty high up in my apartment, like, you know, 8, 9 floors. And I'm just thinking, like, you're not climbing over the balcony into your apartment at your age. You will die. Because there's like because obviously you can't just walk into it because it's privacy and all that. There's like a door, it's like a screen. You know, if there's an earthquake or an emergency, you can technically like break it. You could punch it or whatever, probably. It's like a screen thing. But, oh, I love living on higher floors away from the ramble. But anyway, I'm just thinking, well, you're not breaking that door. So I asked him, I said, and also I don't really want you coming in my apartment, but I said, if the door's open, he said, yeah, and I said, I will, if it's okay with you, I will climb into your apartment. I didn't want to say it, but I'm just like, you're really old and you will die, like. And he's just like, oh. But it'll be dark in there, there's no light on. And he said he's embarrassed because he's got some like garbage in there. And I'm just like, it is fine. Please don't worry about it. And please let me climb into your apartment before you are on the news tomorrow. So he said okay. I kind of wasn't really going to let him say otherwise anyway. I just sort of was like, okay. Let's go. Yeah, please don't die in my... We wouldn't be dying in my apartment. He would be falling out into the street. I suppose it would look very... It would look so odd though, wouldn't it? Could you imagine? Like, his apartment's locked. Yeah, don't die from my apartment. His apartment's locked and I'm just there like, he fell! Oh my god. Let's not. So anyway, I climbed out. It was kind of scary because I had to like sit on the railing and like shimmy over. I had to push my phone underneath the thing because I needed my torch, but I was worried about it falling out of my pocket. I'm basically like hugging this divider with my arse on these 2 railings on my side and his to try and shimmy over to the other side. And there was a moment where I was like, whoo, with like the street behind me. And then I climbed into his apartment and it was dark and there was like newspaper all over the floor. And it was kind of creepy. It was. It's a little bit creepy in there. It looked like someone who's been like obsessing over something. And there was just like bits of newspaper all over the place. So, and some trousers. And I was just like, don't look in the bathroom. That's where the body will be. So then I just ran to the front door and I opened the door and he's like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, okay, hope you're okay now. And then I went to grab my door from the front. Oops, don't do that. I grabbed my door from the front. I fucking locked my own door, hadn't I? So then I was like, can I climb back through your part? Get back into mine, please. I had to climb back again. Oh, so then I climbed back in, ran through my apartment, and rang the doorbell and was just like, are you okay now? that was a very bizarre day. Evening. And all the while, I'm still wearing my undershirt. Die hard. I know, I'm literally am Bruce Willis in my wife beater, you know. With nothing like Bruce Willis, though. There's still the first credit. Why is this level being a pain in the arse? 3-2? It's 2-3, but backwards. You had a wall covered in pictures. Oh, I know. Ah! Hold on! That would be... Imagine that. I've read a lot of thrillers recently, though. I mean, he doesn't need to capture me. I literally live next door. He can see me anytime he likes. Oh my god, could you imagine? You climb in and then the trap is sprung and the balcony locks. Why is this not working? Like, what did I do yesterday? I literally autopiloted this level and I don't remember having any problems. Did I go down instead? Maybe I'll use this. Oh, I must have gone through here. Yeah, that was my bizarre story. I feel like it's a good one, isn't it? It's definitely one for dinner parties, that. It has like all the right elements, including me locking myself out my own again at the end. It's brilliant. Because I did it, you know, because obviously when he's on the other side of my door and I said, let me climb into your apartment, I thought, well, I don't want to leave my door open for him to... I mean, not that I was necessarily thinking he would do anything, but just, I don't want to leave my door open while I'm like climbing out the balcony and he could be walking into my room. So I locked it, but I didn't think about how I was going to get back in afterwards from the other side. It was one of those moments, as soon as I grabbed the handle, I was like, you fucking idiot, you locked it, didn't you? Remember? Like, I should have took my keys. I think my other mindset was like I was scared of dropping them from off the balcony. Could you imagine that? Dropping them off the balcony and then they go into like a drainage and now I can't get my own apartment either. And then it's like, can I climb back through and unlock my own? I don't know what he did with his keys though. I don't know whether he just left them somewhere or he's lost them or what. But I think the problem, because actually I should have done the foreshadowing, but the thing was when I came home from work I saw a bag of like a small bag of food shopping in front of his door. I could see some like sushi in a plastic bag and some other stuff, and I was just like, huh, that's odd, and he was nowhere to be seen. Well, I guess it's because he'd come home and realised he didn't have his keys and put his shopping down and gone wandering or something. Come home and you can't get in, have to climb back out. Get the fire brigade. But then but yeah, I guess he's fixed the problem now. I didn't really understand exactly why. But yeah, because of the time of night, because it was like 8 o'clock I think, so it would probably the kind of thing that can't get resolved tonight, even if he needs new keys or whatever, but it would be a lot easier for him to fix his problem inside his own apartment, you know? Because the way our apartments work, if you don't know, I assume you can put this together actually, but you know they're like turn handles on the inside but keys on the outside. So you don't need your key to open it from the inside. You can lock it from the inside as well, but he won't be able to lock it tomorrow to leave. Oh shit, I was about to have a sip of my coffee. Ooh. Oh, right at the bloody end. I don't get why, yeah, this ship flies away at the end. I wonder what it is. Does anybody else always hear the start of Hi Ho at the end of that? It never goes there. Oh, it's World 4, the one that we always forget. Robotnik escaping. Yeah, but I don't know who it is that's in the thing. It doesn't look like anybody. And it's only that level. Yeah, but who's Captain Monkey? They're not in the story. It looks like just because it looks like the enemy that was just on the previous level that we killed. Oh. Should have jumped and bounced. Ah, getting the teeth out and that shit. That's one of the very, very, very first things I put on this stream. Actually, it is from Boogie Woogie Bowling. It's one of the bowlers when he's getting the grump. We actually didn't finish that game until much later. I played it early on and just sampled it and then went back and finished it. But it was one of the very early things I added to the stream. Probably not the first actually, because it was quite a little bit into it. It was around the time I like Beauty and the Beast, I think. I need to do more. It's a little bit harder to do it now that I'm on real hardware though, because I can't pause emulation to get the perfect shots like I used to. Could go for my VOD, but yeah. Remember enjoy Wii Sports Bowl. Ah! I like bowling games. Beating them isn't always fun though. Boogie Woogie Bowling is okay. It has the advantage of being... I mean, it's the best bowling game on the Mega Drive, but it has the advantage of being the only bowling game on the Mega Drive, so it's kind of a hard one to review because it's both the best and the worst at the same time. There's two versions of it as well, because it's... Actually, that's not even true. That GIF is not Boogie Woogie Bowling. That is Championship Bowling, which is the Western version of Boogie Woogie Bowling. Boogie Woogie Bowling has different characters, so he's not in that version. They westernized it. The Japanese one's got like weird anime looking kind of kid things and a cartoonish looking xenomorph for some reason. Probably one of the reasons they changed it, to be honest. But also the Japanese version, I don't really like it as much. It's got different sort of mechanics, I think, where you can like mash buttons to throw off your opponent. I feel like they stripped that out, the Western version. But, you know, for me, it's one of the rare occasions where I prefer the Western overhaul, graphics-wise too. I think the character designs on the Western version look better. The Japanese version, it's just like two random anime-looking, not like super anime, but just cartoony-looking kids and a weird alien. I can't remember. Maybe there's four. This is what I mean. They're not even memorable. But the Western version, they're like kind of memorable-looking individuals that look like humans. There's two women and two men. One's Caucasian, one's black. There's a woman with short hair. I named them in my mind. Or did they have names? Dana is one of them because she's in my clip. Dana, who fell for pyramid toothbrush schemes. The Laura and Deep. I feel like the other one was called Tina or Gina. Maybe her name wasn't even Dana though. Maybe I just made that up. I do that. You can look up the clip if you want to know any more about Dana. Oh. I can't remember his name now, the white guy. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was just Dana, because I can only remember her name, but I played as her though, so that might be why I remember her name. It's either because I christened her. Oh my god. Have you looked up the characters then? Aren't they shit? Are they on there? Mark, Linda, Leroy, and Dane. Linda, that was it. Oh, Leroy. Yeah, I remember Leroy. In fact, I think there's more than one Leroy. I think they reskin, like quite literally reskin him, like different, same model, but I think they change his skin color. Maybe it's like the two-player version. I think each character has an alternative sprite. But have you looked up the? I want to find it now. Look up the Japanese one. Championship bowling. The Japanese characters are so just generic to me. Oh yeah, here you can have a look here. You look on this page, you can see the Japanese characters. The kids just look like whatever to me, like boy, and girl, and then weird alien thing. You can't see in that picture why it looks like a xenomorph, but when it turns to the side, it's got like the head thing going backwards. But then you got Mark, the Marker Thomas, Linda, Striker Taylor, Leroy, Pin Action Jackson, Dana Smarts, Kaplan. There's so much more. Oh, Linda looks so cursed. I forgot about her. Yeah, Dana's cool. I like Dana. Yeah, they're not. You can't remember them. But they had like to say that they reskinned them. They have like nice animations and stuff too. Why does this keep getting me every time? I just forget it's there and I'm ready to shoot an enemy. This level sucks too. It's a lot of falling down on leaps of faith and hoping that there isn't an enemy immediately in your hitbox. Such a neat game, is it fun? No, not really. I think it's pretty meh. Oh god. How are you? I actually think it's very mediocre. It honestly is the perfect example of a game that's not like, it's not awful, it's just doesn't excite me at all. No, they can't, unfortunately. Hardball. This is one that I'm really just going to go through the motions with it and then call it a day, I think. I don't think I'll be yearning to play it again. I'm very glad I didn't buy this. Very, very glad. Because I was considering it. Very glad. Try before you buy. I'd have been rather annoyed if I'd spent on this. It is a bit expensive, that's what I mean. I wouldn't, like I was saying, I wouldn't like $10 or $20, I would be whatever. But it's about $90 to $130 these days, this game. In Japan anyway. And I would not be happy if I'd put that much down for this. I'd be feeling rather robbed. No, it's not worth it. And like I said, don't get me wrong, it's not an awful game, it's just whatever. There are plenty of much more memorable, better games to play on the Mega Drive than this. It ain't worth that. I think what kills it for me is just the whole pacing of the game is just so slow. Like there's no thrill.
What a great toss.
It's a little bit toss. Toss. Gotta go fast. You don't even have to go fast. Just like just move a little bit. Woo! One. Ba-dum. We were saying yesterday though, and I do think it's really crucial. I think if the game was a little bit more colourful and looked more varied in graphics and also had like more than one fucking song, I think it would be going down a lot better. But the repetitive, boring music and the ugly colour schemes just keep reminding you of how like dull the gameplay is as well. Bum, 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 bum. Oh god, am I dead now? Was that a booby trap? Oh. Okay. Whoa, Mac, how are you? Morning. What an eyesore you are. It's like most of the bosses are also just on the same background as well. It's very lazy. Oh my god! Hi ho, hi ho. Bom 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 bom. 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 Ba-dum. Woo! Probably should be picking up the food actually. Every 100 gives you an extra life. It's not just points, I forgot that. That was such a nothing level, wasn't it? And then this level's an asshole. 5-2. Nightbot is loving telling you about that announcement. Nightbot just makes up its own fucking rules. It was literally 3 minutes ago it last said that. It's supposed to be on a timer of 19 minutes. Which allegedly is either 19 minutes or on the 19th minute of every hour. But apparently it's neither, because it's just going to say it over and over and over again. 19 minutes every 4 lines. No, Nightbot, you're a liar. You literally pasted it 3 minutes ago. Let me turn it up even more. That's why I don't bother. Don't understand these timers. Don't get the event, avoid Nintendo games. Basically, yeah. Just people playing games that are not on Nintendo consoles because the majority of sort of retro and Twitch generally favours playing Super Nintendo stuff over and over again. That's the point. Tend to see a lot of retro streamers tend to revolve around Super Nintendo and NES. Yeah, I think they do. I wouldn't say exclusively. I think a lot of people go out of their way not to because of that reason, but yeah, it definitely was a thing. But yeah, it's just to showcase, I mean, the less common normal stuff. Densetsu really didn't really do better. It's not about doing better, it's about what people play all the time. People are always playing like Mario and stuff. Castlevania and NES games, you know, Ninja Gaidens and all that stuff, Holy Blasters, whatever. Hey Keg, how are you? It's not saying Nintendo games are bad, it's just saying that it's showcasing other games, other consoles, giving them a bit more love. Because I mean, to be honest, I don't honestly see that many people playing Mega Drive on Twitch. And if they do, it's always the same handful of games. Whereas I feel like people go for much deeper cuts on Super Nintendo consoles. They just get a lot more love, I think, in general. I think it's just because of it being largely quite a North America centric internet, so a lot of nostalgia is coming from popularity in North America. Well, that's obviously where they've taken the name from. That's the point. But it's not about Sega, it's about just anything that isn't Nintendo. It's only a tiny bit of fun anyway, it's not supposed to be taken so literally. I didn't name it. They still lost the console wars. Oh, they didn't lose it at that moment in time though. But also, it wasn't Sega that said that, it was Sega of America that said that. because the Genesis does what Nintendo don't campaign. I've heard apparently in the UK there was some moderate Sega does what Nintendo don't campaigning, but I was very young and I don't remember it at all. But generally, I feel like American marketing is usually a bit more aggressive, especially in probably the 90s. Because I'm pretty sure in the UK it's practically illegal to... It's like slander. You can't name your competitor in advertising. Much, I'm sure, because that's why you always get washing detergents and stuff where it's always like, our washing detergent does all of this. Look at it compared to other. They can't say the name of another one because I'm sure that there's laws about it. Or maybe it's just etiquette, I don't know. Nintendo does what Genesis isn't. See, I just don't even care about either of the campaign because I'm personally okay with enjoying more than one thing. I don't need to live in extremes of one versus the other. Sega, I mean, if it, I would assume Australia as well, but I would say that the Mega Drive basically won in the UK during that time. My own personal, I mean, I'm sure somebody can quote some stats or whatever, I don't know, but me growing up, which is what I like to talk about more than just Wikipedia's, but my personal experience is all my friends had Mega Drives, almost nobody had a Super Nintendo. I had a Super Nintendo, it was only because of my older brother, and I knew one other kid that had a Super Nintendo because they were more expensive. It depends where you lived as well though, in the UK too. Maybe the class of person you were as well. Amiga vs Atari gang were there? I didn't even know that was a thing. I played Atari ST a little bit as a kid. Yeah, I would say Sega pretty much. Because Sonic was just so powerful in the UK, and I think Sega won the kids. I don't know about the teens. But then again, I always got the impression that the teens were more into Sega because it was more edgy. But yeah, me as a kid, we all loved Sonic. Mario wasn't cool at all. Because he's a fat man with a mustache. Mega Drive as a kid, 'cause you love Sonic? Same. Sonic, that's the main reason. But also, what people always never talk about when they do all these comparisons and stuff, there's a really important difference between Sega and Nintendo and Sony and Nintendo. And I mean, it hasn't rung true anymore, but it used to be so true in the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo era, and also in the N64 PlayStation era. And do you know what that big difference is? Price! Money is so important. It doesn't matter how amazing all the games are and stuff always, because your games cost too much money. And in the UK, and this is the other thing that I think gets lost in the sauce a bit too, is that Mega Drive seemed much bigger in the SNES in England, and then the PS1 took over. Yeah, I would agree with that sentence, is my experience growing up. Doesn't mean that not everybody, like nobody had an N64, but everybody had PlayStations, and only one or two people that I knew had N64s. I think I only knew one person with an N64, maybe two, but everybody else had PlayStations. They were cheaper, and the games were cheaper, and also piracy. It was very important. But like Mega Drive and Super Nintendo games were so expensive. And what I was going to say, what I think gets lost a little bit too when we do these sweeping statements of retrospectives. 90s America and 90s UK, and maybe 90s Germany and 90s France and 90s Brazil and 90s Australia, whatever, we're not the same countries. Economies were different. finances were different, and these are the things. It may not even just be, people like to pretend that it's also just stuff like, oh, it appealed more to a European culture, or oh, it appealed more like Sonic, or blah blah blah. Sometimes it's really just like, we were poorer at that time and these were more affordable, or something like that. I think is often a factor that's probably quite important. I don't know, but like, just sometimes when watching YouTube, I feel like America was just better off in the 90s, I think, than the average UK person perhaps was. Recessions and stuff were different times, because I hear from YouTube, it feels like the Sega CD was just far more common in America. I didn't know anybody with a Mega CD in the UK, because they were just outrageously expensive. It was not normal. And I think that's also, the Saturn didn't really do very well at the beginning, I don't think either. The 32X, don't know anybody that had one. Just nobody was paying for it. I didn't even get a PlayStation until like 98, 99. You know, people love to say, oh, the PlayStation came out in what, 1994? Yeah, not for me. It didn't come out for me until like 98, 99. I was still playing my Super Nintendo and Mega Drive in 96, 97. But same with N64. I did get access to an N64 because my brother had one. He bought it for Zelda. But N64 games were so expensive. So we got very few of them. PlayStation games were always about 10 to 15 pounds cheaper, or sometimes 20 pounds cheaper than N64 games. GameCube was also the same, I thought too. GameCube games always cost a little bit more than PlayStation 2 games. Still true now. Switch versions cost more than PlayStation 4. Mega Drive, yeah. The console was cheaper, but also the games were cheaper. Like in the UK, some Super Nintendo games, they were like £50, £40, some of them. In like the 90s, you know, that's a lot of money. Whereas like Mega Drive games would often be 20 or something, 30. You know, I'm talking about like even pre-owned. I remember Secret of Evermore was like £50 on the Super Nintendo when that first came out, and then it bombed and went down to 10. I do believe Phantasy Stars were very expensive though. I think Phantasy Star 2 was like £50, that's why we didn't get it. Had a great deal of it now, and I think it was true for a lot of people, and I think that's why a lot of people favoured the Sega Mega Drive, because the games were more affordable, the console was more affordable. Came out earlier as well. But it is something I think that often doesn't get mentioned, where people are just regurgitating the same shite over and over again. It's probably the same with Brazil as well, you know, they like to bang on about how they're more popular in Brazil, probably because it was more affordable. I think that's one of the reasons the PlayStation did so well too. It was very successful, but also people could pirate off the library. Hey Bran. Don't think I ever had full no, exactly. Like when I was a kid growing up, everything was exclusively pre-owned, I think. Even PlayStation era, I bought all my games used. I still don't really buy games brand new. I mean, I don't buy new games anymore, so everything's pre-owned. Crap in high school for having a GameCube. I don't remember. Like, I don't remember anybody giving a toss what anybody had when I was at school. Like, it's so bizarre to me. I'm not in tune with the console wars and this playground thing of, like, my experience was nobody cared. It was just like, you know, like if they all had PlayStations and you had a GameCube, they'd just be like, "Can I come over and play your GameCube?" That was all I thought about it. That was my attitude too. Like, I mean, I was the kid that had the Super Nintendo among most of my friends that did not. So they were coming over and playing my Super Nintendo, which was my older brother's, not mine. And then I remember there was this other kid that had a Super Nintendo, and I remember one of my friends got a PlayStation way before I did. I remember going over to play the PlayStation. And then another friend had an N64. I do feel like there was a slight snobbery towards N64. Yeah. Minor ribbing, especially on GameCube being kiddie. I don't know why people cared so much, really. I never thought about the console. It was what games were on it. Yeah, I was playing Prince of Persia 2 on my GameCube. That's all edgelordy, isn't it? It's got fucking Godsmack. Trying to get you angry? I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like games just weren't like normal cool anyway by that age for me. The people that I was talking to about games were into games, so nobody really cared. We're off again, are we? With the puns. Secondary school stopped. I mean, I survived. There was moments that weren't so great. Can't remember half of it now, to be honest. Oh my god. Can't believe I just autopiloted through this miserable ice level though. You were a G kid? What's a G kid? Ain't nothing but a G thing? I don't even know where that came from or what I'm talking about. Is that even a thing? Did I make that up? Call the police. So why it hurts sometimes. And British. Boss is freezing your progress. I swear. Oh my god, you sat on that one, didn't you? Bop bop bop. Found you on Facebook years later. Oh, I had that. I've had that, definitely. Like, you know when everybody goes around adding everybody on Facebook? There's like two people in particular. Most people I can let it go, but there's two people in particular. I remember one of them added me. This guy used to just say horrible shit all the time, bullying. And this girl who was particularly horrible too. I remember adding me on Facebook and I thought, you must be fucking joking. Why the fuck do you think I would ever want to speak to you? And I know people are like the one girl, there's quite a few people, like, still have a lot of mutuals and stuff, and they're like, oh, she's lovely these days. I'm like, I'm sure she is, but she needs to start with an apology before anything else. Because she made, like, an entire year of English classes miserable. If she did, and honestly, like, I wasn't like horrifically bullied in school, but it was like kind of grating bullying sometimes, mostly because of my hair colour, because I'm a redhead, and that's what she was going with. I mean, I'm not really a redhead anymore. I'm practically like brown, basically just brown at this point. I'm fake. I'm a day walker. I've got brown eyes as well. I don't fit anywhere. Even the gingers throw me out. I get a tan. A little bit of a tan. But anyway, it was mostly that sort of stuff. And yeah, she was just draining. Draining, draining, draining. If she did say something, I would just be like, thank you, I appreciate that, and okay, let's move on. But you need to acknowledge the fact that you're an absolute cunt for like 2 years, you know? I can't say it any other way. But you need to acknowledge that first. Nope. I mean, some people, I mean, everybody's, I feel like in Kids Are Kids, and to a degree, everybody's sort of bullied everybody, like maybe without meaning to. Everybody's done something, I think, and everybody's said something that's a bit mean. Even if it was just, you didn't even mean it, but you were just trying to, like, I don't know, make yourself look better by putting somebody else down. Like, we've all said something. I mean, I said some horrible things to one of my really, really dear friends for many years. I haven't spoken to her in ages though, but like, I saw her a couple of Christmases ago, I think. But there was a time when I was in the 1st grade and me and another friend said some horrible things to her, like for a very short period of time. She called me out. We ended up becoming best of friends, and she did call me out on it, and I apologised and said, because you know, and for me it was a little bit more insignificant, but for her it was more significant, and I had to own that and acknowledge that and say, like, you know, it may be easier for me to forget about saying that or whatever. It was about her size. It was sort of comments about that. It was mostly me jumping on a bandwagon. Not proud of it, but I said it and I'll admit it, and I've apologised for it, and she's got no grudges, you know. She knows it's just stupid shit you say when you're like 12, like once or twice. And then, like I said, we became really good friends anyway, not that long afterwards, because we were in the same homeroom class. But you just have to own the fact that you may have been a bit of a prick. But that was like a couple of occasions, and people like that, I'll just whatever, because I can't even keep stock, you know, of who said what and when. But I'm talking about this person that I'm talking about right now. Like, she actually just weekly gave me shit for like years, you know, like, because whenever we were in classes together, she was doing it out of insecurity, I think, though. She was trying to put me down to make herself look better, because she was kind of at the bottom of the food chain of the popular girls, so I think she was just trying to flex. And but I don't care, because I can't even think, it must be, there was at least 1 year of one class I was in with her, and she was awful, and she used to sit behind me, and it was just like, oh, she used to drive me crazy. And then there was another year, like, within another class too, but it's like, that's a huge chunk of time that I had to just put up with you being a twat. So I'm not ready to just be like, oh hey, bygones be bygones. You need to own it first, and actually, like, you need to acknowledge the fact that you did it, and you know that it was awful. And then I'll be like, okay, that's fine. She never gave me any physical harm. She never made me, like, mentally unwell. It's just horrible, do you know what I mean? And maybe if I was a weaker person or a different person, it could have been quite dangerous, but yeah, whatever. I would move on, but like I said, you don't get a free just add me on Facebook and we'll be like friends now. No way. Because there was nothing even remotely friendly you ever did during school. Class of him and he's on his own, it was alright. Yeah, you always had those people. They just showed off. They were the worst, to be honest, than the actual, because often the more popular kids and stuff weren't actually that bad. It was the ones that were trying to climb ladders. They would step on other people to try and lift themselves up. They were the worst. Because it was not even personal. It was just, you're somebody I can belittle to get a laugh so that other people will like me more. And I think that's a growing up thing. Lots of people do that and behave like that. But if you do it excessively, I think at some point you need to look back on yourself and acknowledge what you may have put other people through. And maybe have the decency to apologise for it. I mean, there's people I went to school with that we weren't really great friends. But we're all adults now. High school reunion where they didn't want to have any alcohol, and the one that I've been gay guy was just like, I went through 4 years of hell, you want me to do with you? Yeah, exactly. Well, that was another thing, obviously. I didn't get really heavily bullied for being gay, though. I mean, I wasn't out. Nobody knew. I wasn't even admitting it to myself at that point. I don't know how I quite managed to avoid that. I think people sort of thought I was gay, but it was not really a big point of the bullying. Thank God. I don't think I could have handled that. Somehow I kind of mostly got away with that. Or unless I've repressed it and don't remember, but yeah. I don't really remember that being a huge part. Like, it might come up now and then, but it was nothing that... It never stuck, if that makes sense. Maybe somebody might make a comment, and I would deny or something, you know. But it wasn't something that stuck. That wasn't what they... I mean, I had like much more red gingerish hair back then, so that was a much easier thing to go for. Yeah, it wasn't the thing that people were calling me out for, and I wasn't overly... I don't know. Like, once I got to a certain age, I was a bit of a social butterfly as I got older with certain crowds, and I made friends with quite a few girls as I got older. Most of my friends when I was younger were boys, but when I was like past puberty, I'd say they were mostly girls. And I started to make friends with like girls in different social groups, and so I sort of, after a while, I started to have a friend in different groups, which sort of gave me a bit of social credit with different people. So it's like I was friends with a girl, really good friends with a girl that was actually used to be like hanging around and friends with quite a lot of these sort of like chavvy boys. So it was almost like because I was her friend, I suddenly was kind of okay. Yeah, it wasn't so much that I was cool, but it was just, oh, just ignore him. Maybe. Because I've always kind of been like that in life anyway. I don't do well in groups. I'm a bit of a loner, and I tend to like to have... I like to have one-to-one relationships rather than group dynamics. I did have a phase where I was very much in groups. There was a group of girls I used to hang around with, but it was always messy because I always hated feeling at the bottom of the food chain. And when you're a boy in a friendship with girls, you tend to always lose at the end because you're a boy. Even if you're gay, I wasn't actually out at that point in time though, but it does tend to be, there's always those times like the sleepovers that you can't go to, or the toilets that you can't go into, the extra time and secrets that you don't hear, the girls' problems, conversations that you don't have. So you always end up like slightly below, and I always hated the feeling of like being that my friendship was always underneath other people's, if that makes sense. So I always preferred one-to-one friendships where there wasn't like other people involved. I like my friends to be my friends and not just... Because you know sometimes when you have like group friends, there's always people that you're not particularly friends with, but they're just there and you're kind of just stuck with them because they're friends with somebody else in the group and so on. And maybe they don't like you. Whereas most of my friends, they're not always necessarily friends with each other, they're just my friend. So as I got older, I started drifting into that a bit more, and I ended up with friends in different social circles, really. I had sort of friends that were more like in the rocky, kind of gothic kind of groups, which I was more a part of, and then I had some friends that were in like more trendy kind of groups. Conditional hangout. So I've not been reading chat at all. Red hair is a fascinating thing, isn't it?
Isn't it weird how kids just can't handle red hair? Like, why is it even remotely interesting and something to bully about? But it is. You got red hair. Good fucking luck. I bet that I bet there are no redheads on this planet that at some point in their life wasn't bullied for it. I remember there was one guy in school and he was actually really hot and he had red hair. And he was pretty popular, and I'm trying to think, like, maybe, I wonder if he ever did, but I bet he did in at least elementary school. Even if he did in secondary school. Well, it's just the same old shit, isn't it? You know, do the carpets match the curtains? It is, it's absolutely weird, but no, it is, and you're stuck with it for like 15 fucking years. It's awful having red hair, honestly. And you know what makes it worse as well? Is every adult in your life will spend all of your life, like the whole time, like you're being bullied excessively at school, and every adult in your life will spend the whole time going, I'd love your hair. I'd love your hair colour. Oh, don't say that. Oh, it's lovely. And you're just like, well, fucking have it then. Honestly though, when I am a redhead, I was born a redhead. Like, I'm still a redhead. But if you saw me now, you probably wouldn't believe I was a redhead. It's dark and I'm such a faker. I don't have the blue eyes. I don't think I look like a redhead. It's kind of hard to like, I don't know, don't you think red-headed people, they kind of look red-headed as well? I think it's the complexion, like very whiter skin, lots of pigmentation, like freckles and stuff, which I don't have a lot of. I do get freckles though. I might have them on my nose, but they tend to come out more in the sun. My hair lightens in the sun as well, but not as much as it used to. My mum always used to say, oh, your hair goes a lovely golden colour in the sun. Oh, isn't it nice? Look at his hair in the sun, isn't it nice? Oh, a lovely colour. Oh, you should see it in the summer. It goes a lovely golden. But then, I don't know. Once I started getting into like my 20s, it just got darker and darker. It's practically brown now. I used to dye it at one point. I dyed it black, and I remember my mum being like, why would you do that? Like, because I'm sick of it. You punch the bullets. The only time I ever did anything like that, because I really hate confrontation, I remember this like kind of popular kid. He was actually pretty popular at the time. He was being a knobhead. It must have been in the 1st or 2nd grade in school. And I kind of lost my temper and I pushed him flying over down this corridor. And I remember everybody went, ooh! And he was mortified. And then I think he just kind of left me alone. I don't feel like I've won. Because I've never been a physically strong person, and I've never had a fight. I've never had a fight in school. I've been punched though. I've never had a fight. But I think he just left me alone. Red Fuzz is a baby. Yes, that's me. That's me. Mine's a brown colour. What colour are your eyes though, Jason? Are they brown? I wonder if we're similar. Well, telling adults doesn't really help. I mean, I think, you know, obviously if it's getting to a point where your mental health is at stake and you're in danger, yeah, do. But other than that, it's not going to help. Like, kids are the worst cretins on the planet. At times. They're utterly evil. C minor brown. I think I get it from my dad's side. I have the melatonins. I get a lovely tan. Well, a bit of a tan. I don't burn like a bitch in the sun. I get a bit of a tan. I mean, if it's peak summer, I'll burn if I'm not wearing sun cream. But if I'm just, you know, walking to the supermarket in the sunshine, I won't burn. Whereas, like, my red-headed friends in school, like, they would burn in the shade. The wind changes and that's it, sunburn. Tell you one thing I do have though, and this is a thing that not a lot of people talk enough about, but like redheads bleed, and I think we have a lower pain threshold. I always get it confused, but we're more sensitive. We're more sensitive to pain. It's a scientific thing as well. It sounds like bullshit, but it is a scientific thing that redheads have different pain responses. And it's a problem. Oh, it's a real thing. Yeah, we're more sensitive to pain and we need more anesthetic. That's the reason why it's scientific, because, and I can confirm this, I'm not going to reveal exactly what, but I had to have an operation that required some local anesthetic and they didn't give me enough and I screamed. And then I got more. But yeah, it's a thing. You can like Google. There's studies into it. It's very very weird, but yeah. I mean, it probably makes sense. It's like, why do we burn more as well? Just things like that. Why do redheads burn in the sun versus other people and stuff? So. Actually, why, are you red-headed as well? I struggle with hot drinks as well. And hot food. I have to wait. Yeah, I find it baffling that people can just sip a boiling hot drink. Former red, we're all fakes. I didn't realise it was as common as that though. Isn't it weird how your hair colour just fades then? So I always thought a lot of older, maybe people dye it, but a lot of older redheads, it looks like they just stay that way. But I've been basically this sort of weird, mousy, like gingery brown colour for a long time. But like this baby photos of me where it's like bright orange almost. I'm not complaining though, I'm very happy that it's faded over time. I really like the colour that it is now. Although I think it's starting to get a bit too like brownish now. Because I eventually like made peace with my hair colour and I liked it. And I haven't dyed my hair since I was like 24 maybe. And I look wretched. I remember when I dyed it black, I looked like death. I remember I think my dad used to say that I look like a zombie. I haven't got the skin colour to pull off black hair. Think of that giant man. League of Red Hair, I know, right? That's what the stream is. Yeah, blonde hair then darkened it a dirty blonde. A darker still. Yeah, it's funny because blonde people do, don't they? They tend to not stay blonde. Bolder longer than you had hair. I feel very, very blessed to have thick hair. Every time I get my hair cut, I've always loved it every time, and my hairdresser's always like, my god, there's so much hair on the floor, and I'm always, you know, like, wow, how does it get so thick, like, after such a short period of time or whatever, and I'm just always like, never complain, always feel blessed. Every time I get my hair cut, I'm always happy to see just tons of hair all over the floor. But even when I was a kid, my hairdresser always used to say that. Back in the UK, she always used to say, like, most of my haircuts, it wasn't anything about the length, it was just thinning it all out, because it would just thicken. My dad kept all of his hair. I know it's not supposedly comes from that side though, but my dad kept all of his hair, like, up until he died in his mid-70s. He was still there. He wasn't even totally grey. Doesn't go well with first get no. Sacrifice your hair. Thank you for your sacrifice, Matt. Bless you. Bop bop bop. Bop bop bop. The dark level or the ice level? Do we need to choose? I was saying earlier, I'm quite happy to just, you know, hate two things at the same time. Probably this. This is really annoying. Yeah. Can everybody just thank Mac? He bouldered for our sins. The bold streamers group. Oh, I don't want to think about it. I think it's one physical change I wouldn't take very well. I'm already having to get used to the fact that my metabolism is not what it used to be. Mother cry for oh my gosh. For 3 days. And Mac's mother wept for 3 days and 3 nights. Boulder Shop Quartet. Your brother shaved his head. Get away. Shave it, you have the ring. Sometimes I don't know. I really don't want to ever be there. I don't want to think about it. But I kind of do feel like maybe you do just have to make a choice of which is the better. I think sometimes that like never comb over, please, nobody. Like I think if I was at the point where all I could do was comb over, I think it's just you just have to let it go. You know what I mean? It's game over. I don't know why you would comb over. I think I'd rather just have the nothing, the ring, rather than combing over. Comb over's just so... yeah, wispy and weird, isn't it? How are you, Rosie? Thanks for the hair. Yeah, everybody thanks man. If you'd like to thank in person later again, feel free to hop on over to the saviour of our follicles. This is it, isn't it? We got 4 credits this time. Still toss though. Oh my goodness. It's him! What a penis. I don't know what the brain thought is here. She seems alright though there. She seemed pretty happy at the end. Oh! Travel day. How's Toki going? This is a PB. This is a P and a B. Oh, this is the city. Oh, this is the ancient civilization of modern
What a
times.
great car.
It was. I'm so glad we've got the same music. So where's this cart BGM coming into it? Right?
You've got a secret bonus point.
Wow, it's loud. It's Greece. It's the Pantheon. Is it the Pantheon? That's Rome. What the fuck? What? Oh, the frame rate didn't enjoy that. Oh god, you teased me. Bop bop bop. Beep 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 beep. That's kind of cute. Oh, whatever. Oh, he moves faster when he's got the shoes on as well. Got those Air Jordan. I'm gonna pee now. Actually, while the break's going off, I might also make another cup of coffee. I'll be a minute or two.
Do need to find some health though, that's for sure. Well, I mean, like I'm walking down this and what is gonna come flying in my face now? Ah! Oh god! Hi! 260 is the bunker on the right. Let's try curving around. What the flying fuck? What happened there? What club did I just use? I've been yapping. What club did I just fucking use? I used the fucking sand wedge? What an...
15 love.
They made those. Oh my good god. That was some very weird timing for that, Yogi.
15 all.
I can't believe you put your phone in the fridge. He's like walking around your apartment with earbuds, listening to me going, "Oh, for fuck's sake, where's this fucking thing?" You're like looking at your phone. It's like the funniest thing I've heard all month. Sometimes just leave your handy. They do. I'm crying now. Oh, we're fighting on the sky. Ooh, some nice parallax here. What is he doing? Oh, are you real? Ladies and gentlemen, brutal pause of fury. Just took. It's like the trash just took itself out. Whoa! Oh, we're in first already. Now to just hope nothing bad happens.
Fuck me! Oh my god!
Fuck you!
Pathetic goals! Fuck! I fucking hate this. What the hell was that?
You penis! What? Who do you? Oh, they're cheeking. I thought he'd. Oh, what's going on there? That was the Canadian backbreaker. Very cozy in Canada. Boom. Get up. Yeah. Ooh, oh. The way that this isometric view is lining up. Why are wrestling games so saucy on the Mega Drive? That's what I want to know. Oh, I've seen somebody play this recently. I think. Isn't this the really violent game? Oh! Yes, it is. It's eviscerated. See, this game's alright. It's pretty generous. 6 lives, 3 continues. Motherfucker! What the fuck is that frog doing? Oh my god! What the fuck? That was but that's the unbelievable evil. What the fuck was that? Don't mess with frogs, they will fuck you up. Are you real? I'm fucking Larry Bird. Oh no, what a mess. I can't hit anything else if I try. Oh, come on. Just let me have it. Where's the exit? Oh, what the fuck? It's there! Coast! Coast! Out of time! Okay, I'm back. Coffee has been made. Hey, Shadowplay. Hold on. WB. Warner Brothers. Bum. Bum. You bastards, you bastard. I heard that in between the choir of the music and it coming out my laptop speakers. You can have a coffee while being sick. Then you are not a coffee fan. I could be in the intensive care unit and I'll be asking them to put it through my IV. Ran out of the good stuff anyway. I do not discriminate coffee. Ba-dum. See, I don't have this problem because I drink Nescafe. I don't really think about coffee in that way. I just drink instant because I'm an instant kind of person. Okay. Oh, we got music. Wait, this is the mountain cart music? It's just the intro song. I mean, I'm here for it because I love this song, but I'm not here for the level. Don't ruin the best track in the game. Excuse, what? Did I die? What just happened? Okay, what the fuck is this game? Oh, thank. Don't you don't you love it? Don't you just love it when you play in a game and you get to the end and then they just throw a stupid ass level like this at the end where it just, you know, instant death everywhere. Like Chuck Rock 2 did. Do you remember that with the go at the end of Chuck Rock 2? Like, don't do this at the end of your game. Sky's Bizarre, it's the underwater level reskinned. They've just recycled the same background. This game is all recycles. Oh, this is going to be totally fine. Ah! Oh my god. Doobie doo doo. Here goes all the lives. This is barely a minecart level. This is just platforms, isn't it? Oh gosh. Oh my god. It's right there. Come on. Someone's gonna kill me. Spikes, spikes. Oh. Oh, you penis. Ah! Oh, lady.
Oh, she smiles when you press continue. I've never played Donkey Kong Country to great length. See why I've never played this? Thanks for the follow. Wait. Oh no! Damn it! Thought I got away with it. I know. And I got away with it. It wasn't for you pesky followers. Whoa! You know, if you're gonna make an obnoxious, shitty minecart level, though, this is how you do it. You give me the best track of the entire video game. I can't be mad right now because I'm too busy vibing to the music. It actually doesn't seem too long though. That wasn't so bad. Oh, we're here. I think it's the end. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's that shit music again, isn't it? I thought it was a boss. Why did they give that one track for that one moment? I missed the minecart already. Special moment to share with Toki. Ah! The Smurfs. I played the Smurfs on the Game Boy, and it was tough, mostly because I couldn't see the screen very well. But it's very. I think it's the same game. I used to get up to the. I think the river level was practically impossible with the fallen leaves. What a goon. Never actually played it. Maybe they were just terrible. How do you know? Maybe Hardball's actually a good game. I was just rubbish. Ah! It's probably a little bit of both. Hard and jank ball. Yeah, but you have to. You need to find out Shadow Play. So I suggest you get cracking off your pop. Get playing Hardball. Don't believe me. Something is tangled. My cables. This microphone headset is tangled into the controller, and it keeps pulling on it. Just sort this out. Where's the... There it is. I think you'll pass. There we go. It's all tangled up. Wom. Wom. Ba-dum. Do. Another boring level? Is that the end? No. Whoa! Hey, frame rate. Whoa, I hit a bullet limit. Call the police. Oh, hey, critical. How's Juju been? You just missed the minecart level, the one that you made happen. It actually wasn't too bad. We did have a few more elephant puns. They were mostly ice related though. But you know, we put it behind us. You're all selective of what games you play these days. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, use it to avoid playing hardball. That's why I think RPGs are good, to be honest, and why I'm not really behind the push to make RPGs like always action related, because like, you know, turn-based combat and stuff, what I enjoy about it is the fact that it's actually quite chill, and it's all about thinking, it's not about hand dexterity. That's also why I've never liked the fact that shoot 'em ups, some of them don't have turbo shot. I don't really like the idea of video game skill being attached to actual physical dexterity. It kind of, I feel like it defeats the point. You should be able to pull off most things with mediocre motor skills, or well, regular motor skills, not mediocre, but regular motor skills. I mean, I'm not including speedrunning and things like that. I'm talking about just playing a video game. Is this not just the same shitty boss again? Why am I not surprised? Said in the voice of Iago. This is the same fucking boss. It's him! Are we going to keep this shot if I die? Because it's really making it easier. We got different music though. Shots going. Fucking jump scare! Jesus! My eyes don't know where to look! He's vibing. Ah, we're dead. Do we have to do phase? I'm gonna really be grumpy if we have to do phase 1 again. That is a fucking god. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Like that that would take the game from being like finished tonight to finished next year. Okay, right. What is he doing? He's like proper jamming out, this boss, to the music. Oh, there's a shot. Oh, he's giving us everything. At least this isn't like Echo. Well, yeah, welcome to the boss again and again and again and again. I do have an ad break going in a second, so let me just get it out of the way now. I'm probably going to keep dying anyway, so in fact I'm going to have a sip of my coffee while I do. Whew, we got 2 credits, so we got at least 19. I need to sneeze now, I've said that, just give me a moment. I may well end up not finishing the game now that I've said that, but yeah, there's nothing worse than an ad break going off in the middle of credits. And I could see that it was coming up in a minute's time, so. What is it doing? Like throwing its hands? Oh my god. I don't get it. Oh no, we gotta do phase 1 now. Oh my god. Why? 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 Lame. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be the next run, isn't it? Thanks for spawning behind me, you cheap piece of shit. Is there any rhyme or reason to when these appear? I don't want them respawning behind me. Wom. 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 Model. Why do you give me this shit shot here? It's him. Oh, you penis, penis, penis. Oh, bum 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 bum. Membrane. I didn't even read his name. I don't know what you're supposed to do with all of that. I'd be insane in the brain. do you want me to do? Yeah, like a weird Ridley. I don't get it. Like, what are the hands for, and why are the spikes falling? Are they got anything to do with each other? This is very silly. He's a bit handsy. This boss is just pretty hands-on. Okay. I think we... Oops. These they really just spawn whenever they think, like, they want to. Must be nice. Just go to work when you feel like you can be bothered. Yup. Problem with them is they get this power shot off. Learning the pattern. What? It's just dropping spikes everywhere. Nice to take this bullet to the boss. Oh my god. Why that garbage ass shot? Oh, okay, that's what the hands do. Ah! Wow. Oh my god. We love a fucking clutch. Okay, no lives, no continues. Easy. My heart was racing then. Oh gosh, she fell on her bomb. Oh wow. Hey Jamesy. And my heart is going. I was like, please don't die. That one life was like an hour worth of gameplay. Juju and Miho. I thought that wasn't her name. Oh my god, I can't even enjoy the credits. My heart is like exploding right now. Pincher. Zombie. Buzzsaw. Well, I figured out my strat halfway through my final life. Was that Hemogoblin? Picasso, Manette. Big Geek and Little Geek. Stark's Machine. Boomer. I saw. I'd have got it the next time around though, I had that done. Stark and Stark. Membrane. Legend of Juju, Mega Drive stuff. Whew, we did it. Area all. Woo. The end. See you again. Oh, I was gonna get a screenshot of her. She's gone. Well, 6 hours 50 minutes. Should we get a screenshot of that instead? We'll put them in the chat box.
I still can't even really pass what that villain is, but yeah. It was on the phone. Thank you, Vnirda. That was so clutch. That was literally my last life on my last continue. Thank you for the giant GG. Ah. Yeah, best track in the game was that minecart. It's probably one of the better levels as well. How do we even begin rating that one? I mean, we'll have to do it. Let's go over to the spreadsheet anyway.